Good morning. My name is Maureen Chung. Welcome to Daily Devotional, March the 6th. The passage is John chapter 9, verse 1 to 12. The title is, Our Birth Defects, God's Will. As he went along, he saw a man blind from birth. His disciples asked him, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was blind from birth? Neither this man nor his parents sinned, said Jesus. But this happened so that the work of God might be displayed in his life. As long as it is day, we must do the work of him who sent me. Night is coming when no one can work. While I am in the world, I am the light of the world. Having said this, he spit on the ground, made some mud with his saliva, and put it on the man's eyes. Go, he told him, wash in the Pool of Siloam. This word means sent. So the man went and washed, and came home seeing. His neighbours and those who had formerly seen him begging asked, Isn't this the same man who used to sit and beg? Some claimed that he was. Others said, No, he only looks like him. But he himself insisted, I am that man. How then were your eyes opened? They demanded. He replied, The man they called Jesus made some mud and put it on my eyes. He told me to go to Siloam and wash, and so I went and washed. And then I could see. Where is this man? They asked him. I don't know, he said. Well, during the extended Lenten period of 40 plus days before Easter, we meditate on the testing question. Our birth defects, God's will. Human suffering is a broad and poignant reality to ponder. But for the sake of this passage, I need to narrow it down to the problem of defective births. Whose fault is it? Human error or God's mistake? In the rabbinic tradition of Jesus' time, people believed that suffering is the result of personal sin. We have seen this theory to be prevalent in the time of Job in the Old Testament. Job's friends believed in it. But this man whom Jesus met was born blind. So who sinned? Could the man have sinned in his mother's womb? Or was it his parents who sinned? This archaic belief still finds a following today. If we subscribe to it, there will be no charitable work. People get what they deserve. Jesus vehemently disagrees, saying that this happened so that the work of God might be displayed in his life. How can God be glorified by someone who was born with a health defect? First, every human soul is equally valuable to God. God does not judge by mere appearances. The soul is the everlasting part of human beings that he preserves for eternity. After physical death, the believer's body will be restored on the day of resurrection. In 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 42 to 44, it says, So will it be with the resurrection of the dead. The body that is sown is perishable. It is raised imperishable. It is sown in dishonor. It is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness. It is raised in power. It is sown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual body. We are all born with one kind of genetic defect or another. This man was born blind. Someone may be born with seriously myopic eyes like I was. Someone may be born with heart defects, or cleft lip or palate, or Down syndrome, too many chromosomes, or spina bifida, spine and spinal cord defect, or sickle cell anemia, red blood cell disorder, or scoliosis, spine curved sideways. Our genes have been corrupted since Adam and Eve, but our hope rests in God's work in our inner regeneration. In 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 16 to 18, it says, "Therefore we do not lose heart. Though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal." Since our human soul is valuable to God, He loves us and watches over us even when we are defective. Our inner regeneration now will progress to our bodily restoration in heaven. We will all be on even grounds. In this, the work of God is displayed in our lives. God wastes nothing, and He redeems everything. Second, pertinent to this episode, the work of God is displayed when the spiritual eyes of this man are opened. Symbolically, it is daytime when Jesus is here, and night has come when Jesus has ceased his earthly ministry. He says, "While I'm in the world, I'm the light of the world." In John chapter 8, verse 12, he added similar words. "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." When spiritual eyes are opened, we are illuminated with God's spiritual truths. Otherwise, we are still spiritually blind and ignorant about spiritual things. This man's faith in Jesus deepens at each interrogation by the Pharisees. At first, it is the man they call Jesus, verse 11. Then, he is a prophet, verse 17. After that, he testifies, "One thing I do know, I was blind, but now I see," verse 25. Furthermore, he concludes, if this man were not from God, he could do nothing, verse 33. Finally, when Jesus found him and conversed with him, he affirmed, "Lord, I believe," and he worshipped him, verse 38. Both physical eyes and spiritual eyes are now opened. This is the work of God in display. My journey with a child of ADHD has taught me valuable lessons. When he was in grade 2, I first suspected him to have ADHD because he was unmanageable in my class. I alerted his mother, who in turn alerted the medical doctor, who in turn referred him to a child specialist. He was indeed diagnosed as such. What followed was over 30 times to the specialist for treatment over the years. Change of medication, change of dosage as he grows, and further referrals to a child psychologist for therapy due to complications from isolation due to COVID-19. The battle goes on. However, I have learned to appreciate his beautiful personality. Considerate, compassionate, thoughtful, gentle, kind, appreciative, peace-loving, humble, helpful, smart, intelligent, fun-loving, creative, imaginative, protective, and reliable. He is open and honest about his struggles. He is transparent and unpretentious. Hardships refines a person. Over the years, I have learned to cherish him and love him more and more. I have made him a promise. that I will assist him in every way for as long as I am alive. I pray that God will lead him to maturity and that he will live to honor God by fulfilling his destiny. If he stays faithful to God, that will be my reward. I know that the work of God will be displayed in this young boy's life. God's light will shine upon him. I will rejoice in his success in godliness as I watch him from heaven. God wastes nothing, and he redeems everything. God's work is still unfolding and in display. Praise the Lord. Nothing is wasted. He redeems everything. Remember that, and God bless you. Thank you for joining me. See you tomorrow. Please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you.